is a chaos deployment. I deploy my chaos warhounds over here. Roll off for Vanguard, so they've moved up another 12. I've got a Chimera on the left flank. A Demon Prince is facing forward, it just didn't fit too well against the building. Then we have a Chaos Chariot, Marker Khorne. Another Chaos Chariot, Marker Khorne. Then a unit of 9 Trolls with additional hand weapons. A BSB has joined the unit and Frog is in that unit also. 3 Skull Crushers next to them with Musician and Standard and Ensorcelled weapons. And then on the far right flank, another Chimera.
For Bretonnia you will have 3 Peg Knights, Trebuchet, 8 Questing Knights with a Paladin joining, 5 Knight Errants, another Trebuchet, a unit of 9 Knight of the Realm with the Fay Enchantress, a Paladin, Damsel behind the Fay, then a unit of 9 Knight Errant with the BSB Paladin in there, a unit of 20 Archers with the Damsel. And the Bretonnia movement phase, I move the Archers in the tower, move that unit a bit, the Damsel with the Fay move forward to be in range of most of the spells, move that small unit forward, the Questing Knight forward. I kept the Peg Knight that's staying there just to keep these nasties at bay from there. Magic phase, cast Wind Blast with the Chalice onto the Chariot, he moved back 3 inches, try to cast Ember Spear, he's been dispelled, and try to cast Dwellers Below on the big unit of Troll with BSB, didn't cast it. Shooting phase, the Archers try to shoot and take some wounds off the camera, he saved, 1 wound got through, saved it. First Trebuchet scattered off the Troll unit on the right, didn't hit anything. Second one, direct hit but only caused 1 wound.
Okay, Chaos Warhounds have marched up to the Peg Knights, trying to stay out of the arc. I think they're still in a little bit. There's a Chimera behind them. It's marched up to gain a bit of ground, and Demon Prince is behind the impassable terrain but out of the arc of the Questing Knights. Moved my chariot up a little bit because I didn't want to allow Nico to get the charge on him. Maybe offer some support. Same with the other chariot, the Trolls moved up, so they're needing a 10 to get charged by the Bretonnian Knights. 3 Skull Crushers charge the building to try and eradicate some of the bowmen in there and stop the hassle, and the sneaky Chimeras got up the side of the building, blocked line of sight from the Trebs, and ready to make a little flank charge and give some support to my other guys. I had a 9 dice magic phase to Nico's 5 dispel dice. My first spell was Slicing Shards on the Peg Knights to try and peg a couple of wounds off. Got 5 hits, wounded 3 times, but managed to armour 1 and ward 1 off, and then passed his leadership test, so I only suffered 1 wound. Next one was Cacophonic Choir, Bubble. I rolled 22 on dice, and Nico silver mirrored me. I rolled my armour save with the Dawnstone and the ward and didn't take any wounds. So the combat with the Skull Crushers and the Archers, the Skull Crushers managed to take out 5 Archers, and in return the Archers did no wounds. They've passed their Steadfast Leadership test with the reroll, and then that's it, I moved 1 inch away.
Bretonnia movement phase, I charged the Peg Knights after many deliberations into the dogs there. I tried to reform these guys, go back a little bit to tempt the Demon Prince, but make it hard for him, but I failed my swift reform. These had to roll a, what was it, a 6?
Yeah, 6, yeah.
And I rolled a 5.
1, 2, 3.
Awesome, to charge that chariot was most likely going to get in their front now. I swift reform these guys, move them past the tower, hopefully to get sight of the camera next turn, and given the angle with the Skull Crusher, hopefully be able to do that. And I shifted these guys, the Fay Enchantress unit, a bit to the left, so that when he charges me and destroys that unit, he overruns in the void, not in left flank. Very bad positioning for Bretonnia. Magic phase Bretonnia. The Chalice of Potions gives me Uranus Thunderbolt, and I took away that threat over there, the Chariot, so these guys are pretty much safe for next turn. I tried to Whistle Wild Form, cast it, but dispelled it, and then I tried Whistle Dwellers Below on the unit of Trolls and didn't cast it. Shooting, the Archers caused 1 wound on the Trolls, which took away their regen. The 2 Trebuchet, however, misfired, and 1 is out for 2 turns, and 1 is out for this turn. combat phase, the Peg Knights fluff everything, cause no wound. In return, he causes a wound, which I save with my armor. We have the charge plus the heal, loses by 2, but under the general's leadership, they stay. So it's going to be interesting because you can't really fit his camera there, but I'm sure she's looking at something else. Any tip? Any idea? No?
So my charges, my Chimera, made the charge over the top, and as Nico said, it went for the war machine there.
It's a big surprise, isn't it?
Big surprise. My Demon Prince managed to get into the Questing Knights. I went not to charge the chariot into the big block in the end. I thought I was going to, but I didn't. In the vain move that Frog might put out some magical breath magic. So I moved the trolls up. The Skull Crushers charge the building again to take out some more knights.
Oh, this guy?
Frog, well, he's going to pull some magic out of the bag. He thinks he can take on your Fay on his own, so we'll see what happens there. And my Chimera down the side of the building to hit the night block and see what happens there. Should be interesting. Okay, magic phase. What a magic phase. 9 dice to Nico's 7. I thought I'd roll 3 just to get some dice out, and Acquiescence is big unit with a Fay in. I got it off, but I rolled 2 6s and a 1, so miscast for me. I rolled 7 on the miscast table, so I didn't take any damage, but Nico had to take a strength 10 hit for everyone in front of his unit. Managed to cast wards on his unit champion and the paladin, but one of the guys out of his unit took the wound. I lost another 5 dice, which left me with 1. Tried to get Prevail and Slanish off, but obviously couldn't with Nico's 7 spell dice still in play. Right, so Frog's magic that I decided to put out of the bag was his breath weapon. Managed to hit 6 normal guys. No, sorry, I got 7 normal guys in the end.
7 in total.
The paladin and the damsel passed the lookout sir. The Fay didn't get a lookout sir because she's a monstrous cav, but she passed her ward save. So in the end, I only took out 4 of the knights, but they passed their panic test. Still, it's a little bit more out the big unit, so that's my shooting phase. Okay then, so combat phase for Warriors of Chaos is my Chimera, with 7 attacks and a breath weapon. Due to Nico's amazing rolling, I only managed to kill 1 person and fled away from the unit and got run down. My Skull Crushers took another 3 bowmen out of the unit, which was not great, but you know. Demon Prince didn't do any wounds, even with his -4.
In the challenge with the paladin.
Yeah, disgusting. I managed to kill the war machine with the Chimera, amazingly enough, and the dogs still held against the pegs, which is quite funny.
Yeah.
So I think the stars of the game at the moment are the Chaos Warhounds.
Bretonnia movements, so charges, I didn't have anything to charge really. So random movement, so this unit has acquiescence, I need to roll a 6 to go into Frog. What did I roll? A 6? It happens. Yeah, I moved the archers unit outside of the tower. I think they fed up of being pummeled by the Skull Crushers. They give them a good arc of visibility over there. Then move the unit of Knight Errants after they ran down the camera. Place them like this. Move the Knight Errants facing the combat for potential synergy charge over there, and then I didn't have anything else to move. Magic phase, we get Curse of Midnight Wind from the Chalice on Frog, he needs to reroll 6s. I get Flesh to Stone on the unit. Disputable, and I cast Dwellers below 21 by Dispel on 21, unfortunately. In phase, impossible shots from the archers on the chariot, needed 8 to wounds and to hit, sorry. And then the trebuchet, the last remaining, tried to snipe the camera, but scattered away and misfired at the same time. Double whammy failing. What phase? The Peg Knights kill the dogs and reform to face everything else. Here, the Demon Prince in the challenge with the Paladin, he gets 1 wound through to the Paladin whiffs everything, but because we have ranks, the banners and everything, we stick and just look at ourselves in the white of the eyes. Here, the Paladin survives everything, and due to combat resolution, Frog flees, but because we have acquiescence on, we can only pursue a d6, which is a nightmare, so he got away through his unit and we're stuck there. And that's it, end of combat. And
Warriors of Chaos movement phase, my Chimera charged down off the hill into the war machine, try and get rid of that one. Then over here, my troll unit charged into the big night bus with the Fay. with the BSB on the corner. My chariot got a charge in against the bowman, stand shoot, and they got one wound through, but I managed to armour that up, and frog rallied like a boss. And Skullcrushers did a little swift reform, tilt to the side, move back 4 inches, ready to take the charge on from the night block there. Yeah. Whereas the Chaos Magic phase, threw 3 dice at Acquiescence on the phase unit, try and make them away for it last. And Nico dispelled it. Did a Cacophonic Choir on the Peg Knights, trying to pop something off and stop them getting the recharge against the Demon Prince, but it got the spell scrolled, so the spell scroll on the mirror is out now, so yeah. Okay then, Chaos Warriors combat phase. The Demon Prince managed to get a wound through and kill the Paladin, but they're still staying because they still beat me in combat res by 1. The Chimera at the back there destroyed the Treb, as it should, and reformed to face, so it's against the other 3 Knight units it's got arc. The Trolls, on the other hand, didn't do too great. The BSB killed the Paladin in the challenge, which was good. I only managed to get 1 wound through with the Trolls. So I lost combat by 1 because of the musician. Failed my first leadership role, but managed to pass my second, which was lucky. And that, apart from the chariot, sorry, at the back, running to the bowman, 6 impact hits, killed 6. 6 attacks, hit with all 6, and killed another 6. Leaving the damsel on her own, who failed to hit, and the horses didn't hit, but he ran it down like a boss.
That was good.
That was a good phase.
Bretonnia, next turn, whatever number is, it's so good I forgot. Alright, it's a turn of charges. The Peg Knights charge in the rear of the Prince. The Knight Errants just squeezed into a flank. We measured everything, they could make it. And unfortunately the Skullcrushers moved 4 inches away from the building, which allowed the Lance with the BSB to squeeze in and do a flank charge, which will disrupt the unit. That's what we're looking for. Phase, we get Comet of Cassandra with the Calice, which I put there. I've got magic resist on the phase, so we'll see. It's very difficult. I hesitate to put it next to there, but I need 5 wounds, so very hard. Cast Flesh to Stone, get Dispel on the Fay, and pass Shield of Thorn on that unit, caused already a couple of wounds on the Trolls, removing a model. Bretonnia combat phase is Prince challenge, of course, jail, out of jail card, free card. So he killed Pegasus Knight champion, and even though we have combat res, he's unbreakable. So we stay. We're probably going to be stuck there at the end of the game until, of course, the camera just brushes everything. Combat here for a lot of fights. So it's BSB challenges. And except with a Knight Errant who could only hit him anyway. The Knight Errant with the BSB, the Fay Enchantress, the unit, etc. We do lots of wounds. The Trolls just go to town on the Fay Enchantress. She had 6 wounds to pass. I passed only 4, and she finishes her, unfortunately. The Trolls had to roll double 1 in the end with the BSB and roll 12 and then, no, roll 10 and then a double 3, unfortunately. We overrun with the unit of Knight Errants away from the charge from the Skullcrushers, but not from Frog. And these guys get stuck, overrun, but get stuck there. These guys did not overrun.
Warriors Chaos Movement phase, and the Chimera charged the rear of the unit that is fighting Demon Prince. Try and get rid of them. Frog charged the side of the BSB's unit. Skullcrushers reformed to face the rear of them, and the chariot pivoted all the way around, moved 8 inches up the back to offer some support. Whereas Chaos Magic phase, the comet flies down out of the sky, smashes into the ground, does 2 wounds on Frog, 1 wound on the Skullcrushers out of, was it 9 hits, killed 2 of the big Knight block that Frog's in contact with, and 3 of the Knights there, leaving 1 guy who fled through Danger Strain but passed his Danger Strain test. My other spells were Cacophonic Choir. I got 19, and Nico managed to get a Dispel with a level 1 for a 20.
On 5 dice.
On 5 dice. I rolled 4. But, you know, got long distance acquiescence on the unit that's fighting Frogs, so they always strike last and random move d6. So I'm trying to grind them out this turn. Okay, Warriors of Chaos combat phase. Chimera obviously got in the rear there. Issued a challenge with Demon Prince. Nico accepted with the unit champion because he didn't really lose his ward save. Got a couple of wounds for overkill. Chimera finished another 3 guys off the back. which in turn he did 3 wounds back on the Chimera, which was surprising. So leaving my Chimera with 1 wound. The Peg Knights fled, but the other guys were stubborn and they stayed, which is unfortunate. Just tying my Demon Prince up. The other charge Frog got into the unit, killed the champion, and won combat. Nico managed to pass his leadership test and reformed to face me, but Frog rolled on the Eye of the Gods and got +1 attack. So we'll see what happens next turn.
At turn 5, I reformed these guys and moved them back. Difficult. I couldn't place them closer there to block a charge on the flank, so it's either getting this in front, that, or preparing for flank on turn 6. Each phase has 6 dice with some white form on the unit of BSB there. Passed it on 26. Did not display it. Amazing on level 1. Combat turns.
Your turn 5?
My turn 5. Yeah, Frog issued a challenge on BSB, caused 1 wound, but because of the rank, the BSB and the banner, he lost by 1. Failed his rally and got away. And he rallied in his next turn. Then, yeah, not good. Then I positioned these guys, for the flank. Next turn.
Chaos Warriors movement phase. Skullcrusher's charged this unit. Chariot got along, charging against the front of this. Demon Prince flew along and just stood there. Chimera got a charge in. Pegs passed his hero test. Happy days.
Bretonnia turn 6, no magic, no shooting, straight to combat. It's for. Oh, yeah, we have to. The other ones. No, he runs. 10.
Dangerous terrain.
And that's the end of the combat. The BSB dies, and then his faithful unit dies as well. And that's me tabled. Oh no,
there's one guy fleeing.
One guy fleeing, but that's 100 points on the table.
There's
so.
one turn for me to get sped in again.
Question: did I break your fortitude?
No.
No. There you go. You did.
Yes. Yes, you killed a BSB.
Oh yeah, just to kill one banner.
Yeah.
You got, you clearly get mine as well. So. Cool. Awesome game, thank you. I still need to think about Chaos Warriors, but I feel much more confident than before.
Yeah, much better game, much harder challenge, I think.
A bit more challenge. And Frog got away with it this time, but we made him feel 3 times in a fight. 3 times he fled.
No heroic healing blow for you this time.
No, I didn't roll it. Damn, it's 4th game without any heroic healing blow rolls. But it's okay. It's okay, I'll take it. That was awesome. Thanks for the game.
No problem.